All right, welcome. It's Thursday. It's about a little after 11 o'clock, Thursday, the 14th of December. And I wish I'd recorded it, but I wasn't able to record it. I got short up in here, made some money to the downside, the E-mini S&P 500 futures. I am long right now. It's 65.5. So I'm looking for some type of pop-up in the market right now. But we had a great short earlier right in here where I'm moving my cursor, a beautiful place where I was expecting the breakdown, which we got. Covered right in here on the retest of yesterday's, on this pullback from yesterday at 66 and a quarter, so made a few points there, almost 4 points to the downside. Again, I'm long right here at 26.65 and a half, and I'm looking to take this up to about 67 to 67 and a half, and I may even short it up in there. Let's just see what it looks like. But we're looking at 2 time frames here. Okay, we're looking at a 3-minute chart right here, and we're looking at a 10-minute chart here. You can see, obviously, on both time frames, you're going to get the same pivot level right in here, the green dotted line on both time frames, right? We are trading above the 200 on the 10-minute chart, so that's bullish, right? And as you can see, look at the 2-bar RSI. The 2-bar RSI got oversold on both the 10 and the 3. But on the 3, we actually have a higher trough right here. So we have bullish divergence. So the market's making lower lows in here. And as you can see on the RSI, we're flattening out the troughs, right? Trough number 1, trough number 2 is slightly higher than trough number 1. So again, in this area, I'm expecting some type of move up. Again, I'm long at 26.65 and a half, and that's where we're at right now. If we come down and challenge this low again and maybe move a little bit lower, and we're able to get closer to that 200, right down in here, I also expect to act as a support. But before we get to that level, I do expect some type of bounce. So hopefully we get some type of bounce up to here, okay? And we may even look to short this down into this area and look to pick it up again. And so I'm going to attempt to get these trades in front of you here, okay? So I'm going to pause it until we see some until we see some type of movement, either up or down. When I look to take an action again, I'll talk to you soon. All right, I am back, and look at, we're getting a pop that I expected. So I'm going to take off about half of my position right now. Okay, let's see. I've got my order matrix up on the other screen. I got a bunch of monitors here. Let's see. Here we go. 67. We actually hit 67 and a half. I'm going to go 67 and a quarter. Let's see if we can get that off. 67 and a quarter. Okay, it's working. It's not hit yet. Bam, look at that. Right up to exactly where I was telling you I was looking to take profits. Look at that, 67 and a half. So a limit order is, of course, not going to get filled at 67 and a half. 67 and a quarter. If I had that order in before, would have gotten filled. Okay, did not get it. I was a little late on the draw because I'm doing a couple other things here, juggling a couple other things. I should have had my sell limit order at 67 and a quarter. Again, this is for half the position, and then I'll manage the other half. Look at this, man. Maybe I'll bring it down to 67. Let's bring it down to 67. God darn it. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Right back down to 66 and a quarter. Remember, we're long at 65 and a half, so we're still up a point, but it gave us 2 points. And let's just see. I moved my order down to 67 even. I don't know if I'll get that. Well, let's see if we can run back up and try to retest the 67 and a half. At least 67 and a quarter to get me out of half of this position. Right now we're up a point and a quarter. Okay, 67. Let's see if we can get 67 and a quarter. I'm in at 67, so it needs to hit it a few times or trade through it because it's a limit order. Let's see. Frustrating. So again, we were right on target with the move to the downside. Okay. Shorted it right here at 70. Covered right here. So that was a good trade. Now we bought it right in here. And look at this thing. I can't believe it. So if we're able to jog a little further up, I'd look at about 68 and a half. I'd be looking to go short at about 68 and a quarter actually. I'll start putting my foot in the water at 68 and a quarter. So again, looking to take half the position off at 67. Let's see if we're able to get that. All right, I moved my stop down to 66 3/4, not filled yet. 66 3/4. Look at this. 60. I can't believe I missed that. I typically, when I enter the market, I typically always put my profit target in, at least for half the position or a third of the position, so I don't have to think about it. And I didn't. I hesitated on it. Don't know why. But we ran up into, as you can see, this blue, what I call the blue action zone. Alright, just got filled. You heard that ding? Alright, so this is a resistance area. Actually, all the way up in here. This is all resistance, okay? So I got half of the position off at 66 3/4. So I made 1.25, not a whole lot. Now the remaining half is basically at break even now, 65.5. I want to see if we can try to challenge the 67.5 and see if we can go a little further. So I'm going to pause the video and let's see. Alright, I am back, and as you can see, the market is retesting these 67.5 highs. So we did come back up there, and I'm going to give this about another minute or so, and if we can't break up through these highs, I'm just going to exit the rest of this position. Alright, I am back, and I am going to look to exit this at right where we're at. Okay, we were able to break through this 67.5. We went to 3/4. We're at 1/4 now. I'm looking to get out at 26.67 1/4. Let's see if we can. Let's see, 67 1/4, 67 even right now. And if we're able to come up one more time and bump our head up in here where I'm moving my cursor, I'm looking to alright, we just got dinged. There we go. 67 1/4 limit. We're up to 67.5, so out. So look at this trade. Okay, we bought this at 60. Well, first we sold it up in here at 70. Took it down right to 66 1/4. Bought it again at 65.5. Took half off at 66 3/4. And the other half at 67 1/4. And now we're flat this market. I'm going to pause the video and see if we can go up a little bit higher. I'm looking to go short. Alright, I'm back again. Look at this thing rally. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, exactly what I thought it would do down in here. Okay, at 65.5. That's why we bought it. I do feel that we are at a place where we can attempt to sell this market. Yes, could it go higher? Yes. I don't see the risk very large, but I do see we've got a lot of resistance in here that we'd have to break up through, okay? Now we don't have a big range. Remember, we're getting close to, you know, Christmas and the holidays, right? So I don't expect huge movement. I mean, look at today's range. That's the high of the day. This is the low of the day. So you're talking about 71.5 down to 64.5 roughly. So not a big range. This area should, well, let's try to sell this. See if we can get filled at 68.5. Let's see. Alright, I've got my order in. It's a sell limit order at 68.5. So it needs to hit it a few times or trade up to 68 3/4. Okay, back down to 68 1/4, so not filled yet. Again, right at this one, we got 68 even, so let's see, maybe I should bring this down. Let's just take a look at this thing. I'm going to keep it at, I'm going to go 68 now. I'm going to move it down to 68 1/4. Let's see if I can get it. Alright, just got filled at 68 1/4. Alright, so I'm going to pause this video. Now my game plan for this, let me just walk you through. So I'm short at 68 1/4. What am I looking to take profits? That's a good question. I am looking to take, I'll look at it at 67 even. If we can drop down to 67 1/4, it'll be a free trade pretty much. Okay, so only a point. If we move a bit higher, up to 69-ish, I'd be looking to go short again. But let me pause this video and let's be patient here. We've got some patience here. The market has hit 67.5, so it's given us 3/4 of a point so far. So let's just see if we can drop a little bit further. Alright, I am taking off half my position now. Look, we dropped down to 67 1/4, so 67 1/4 is where I'm looking to take half the position off. Look to make one full point. And I'm looking for a bigger move to the downside, of course. So let's see if we can get that. Not quite filled at 67.25 yet, even though we're there. Let's see. Okay, let's hit it another time. Let's see if we can hit it again. Maybe trade down through it. Look at it, hit it again. Not filled quite yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. We just hit it. So half off here. All right, and I'm going to watch the other. So I'm going to pause the video. So not bad. We got a point out here again. All right, I am back, and I'm going to go ahead and take off this position right now because, as you can see, look at this. Look at the 2-bar RSI. We've gone from overbought, right, a close above 90, right up in here when we were selling. Look at it right now, 549. So it's below 10. It's oversold. So I'm going to take this position off right now. Try to get filled at 67 even. All right, let's see if we can get this filled at 67, and I'll end this video. I know it's a little long, but I wanted to get a live trade in front of you before the market really starts to slow down before the holidays here. So let's see. I'm gonna raise that and put it at 67.25. See if we can get filled at 67.25. Let's see, 67.25. All right, just got filled, hit 67 even. So another good trade. So look at, I know it's a little long, and I do apologize, but again, we went short here. I went short here, made money there, picked it up at 65.5 as you saw that live. Took it off right up in here, nice, and then sold it again. Made money pretty much right here. So, okay, so a little range, right? But ended up making quite a bit. So the daily goal typically is about 20% of what a daily range is, right? So today's range is 71.25 down to 64.5. So we've got almost 7-point range. 20% of 7 points is what? 1.5 points roughly? 1.75 points, and we surpassed that easily today. Hope that helps. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Bye.